goals in front of you? Do you even know what your goals are? Hey, it's Linda Winterstrom, and I am here to help you find your purpose. I know I'm shining like a halo. It's all this fun stuff. It's all these fun lights. So this is 365 days of positive self-talk for finding your purpose, and this is by Dr. Shad Helmstetter. And every day I read a passage from him. I'm being a little bit quiet, but every day I read a passage to you. And today is no exception. Today is September 20th, day 264, 102 days left in 2024, and we are 72.5% complete with the year. Wow, the wind is just all picking up. You know, it seems to always blow here in Amarillo. Sometimes it's really nice. Amarillo seems to be almost like a beach town. It has that feel to me. No one else seems to think that, but it has that feel, almost like it reminds me of when, of course, much less so, but it just, for some reason, it feels like, I don't know, it just feels good sometimes, but most of the times it's quite irritating. That's how I feel. Anyway, I have to be a little quiet because it's really late and all these cabins, most of them are full, so I want to be real quiet. This is just an area here, just a little sitting area. Look how cute it is. And there's one behind me over there in the back. You can see way back there. That's where the covered wagons are that are actual cabins. So it's a really cool little place. So September 20th, your passage for today is, I keep a clear picture of my goals in front of me at all times, and today especially. I see each of my goals. I believe in my ability to reach them. I take every action step I need to take, and I make sure I achieve them. This is that spiritual practice that we talk about a lot about achieving your goals. And I have let my goals go. Not every day. I've let the goals of really helping way more people. I've let that go, and to take care of my husband here in Amarillo, Texas, where he got sick when we just came here to see if he could breathe a little better, and we have now been here since July 19th, and so my goal was to help him, like my overarching goal, not my overarching mission or purpose in life, but my overarching goal was to help him to heal so he could live his best life. I've always wanted him to just be able to relax and enjoy his life. He's quite a bit older than I am, and I really wanted that for him. I've wanted that for him for so many years, so it so I just let a lot of things go by the wayside, because when somebody asked me, do you think you have many purposes in life, or as you get older, do you have a different purpose or any of that? And I would say to that as you set your goals, and that is a spiritual practice, pulling from the invisible into the material world, into the visible. So that is a spiritual practice as I see it, this goal setting. And as you do this, you start finding, like, the more that you practice this, the more that you understand that your purpose is so importante, because it's in the process of finding your purpose that you find a lot of little successes and some failures in the spiritual world, the spiritual realm, in my practical spirituality of what I teach, the spiritual journey and the human experience. There are no failures, right? Not in the spiritual. It's just experiences. But here on the 3D planet Earth, what we might call a failure. And I also don't see things as failures, because if you didn't have that contrast of something that didn't feel good, how would you know what was what felt good for you to go in that direction? So that spiritual practice was setting these goals and moving towards your purpose, and actually creating a goal to find your purpose helps you to move towards, like, it's almost like you're practicing in order to come to your overarching purpose, like you're constantly moving yourself forward. And and in the process of setting the goal to find your purpose, and in the process of trying to understand what your purpose is, it's a really beautiful experience that you start to come to some way of understanding like what your purpose is, and it's almost like you're practicing for your purpose. And it's interesting how, okay, we'll do that. Okay, somebody just pulled up. So I hope this is helpful to you when we talk about this, the goal setting and the self-talk and all of that, and even me like putting my primary goals on hold. It's now, I'm at a place where I'm now re-upping those to where they are, like I've decided that what my all the things that were so important to me back when I have this overriding thing to help my hubby heal, that is now, I'm now in a different space, because I don't know like where, and I hope you can hear me, because there are people around and they're trying to sleep and all of that. But tonight I realized, and I've been realizing for the last several days, that, sorry, I got a hair, not very attractive, but one of my hairs blew in my hair, mouth. I hope it was one of my hairs. But I have this, in this 3D world, we have the human experience for contrast, and I am feeling the very low frequency contrast, the very low side of things with my husband. I think he is all there on a logical type of place sometimes, and but I also think that somehow along the way, with everything that he's been dealing with health-wise and being in the hospital for so long, and not just here but before, I think he's I guess the only thing I can say is how I console myself with how he is that he's a little brain damaged, from lack of oxygen, and brain damaged in the part of the brain where there's not a lot of compassion or drive or anything of that nature. And so when it comes to like business or other things, he can like snap to, and he's really good. But when it comes to caring and helping and having compassion and his the drive to get better, I don't see that really happening. So I don't know where that is. And so I come to you with just honesty in my heart, because I told you that I'm going to show you that you can excel in times of change, even in the worst times, the most conflict, in your life. And I am living proof that you can excel in times of change. You are going to feel like have these low moments like I'm having right now. I'm being very honest and sharing this with you. It's not easy, right? Because I love to be up. I'm a very vital, positive person, full of life and very excited to move myself forward. And I've just felt kind of stuck for quite a while, and not stuck like I can't move myself forward, but I just don't know where he's at and how I can help, and if he wants my help, and how I can advocate for him and be there, because you get into the system, and it's a system, and it's not easy to navigate, and you're dealing with so many personalities in a day, and who thinks this is right and that's wrong, and you're living in the 3D world, and it's not an easy place to be. And I think that I get so pulled, I've gotten so pulled into it sometimes that it's like a fog, and I have to like totally clear my mind. And I tell you, I'm so grateful for you, because I get to come almost every day. Some days I'm a couple of days delayed just because of what's going on, and I get to talk to you and share, how you can better your life as I'm doing, because if we didn't have these ups and downs, we couldn't move ourselves forward in the way that we can just quantum leap and really, really change our lives for the better. And so, I restarted accepting clients, and I've been working with current clients and some others, and now I've been accepting new clients, and it's just now I'm moving into a different space. Now I'm seeing that I really do have to take care of me, and it's not that I'm not going to take care of Steve, my husband. I'm going to do my very best, but it's really important that we live life fully, that we experience life as we want it to be. And I really haven't been. I've been, when you go into, I think if you have ever been in this position, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But you get into a fog, you get into that space of like this, it's like like a little town, but it's not a town of happiness. And my friend Amy explained it to me today. She said it so succinctly how I was feeling. She was saying that no matter what, no matter how up you are or any of that, the energy in a hospital is there's healing, the people are transitioning, meaning they're dying, people are upset and angry, people are, they're mad at supervisors, they're not listened to by the doctors, the nurses, the doctors are thinking they're this or that, or I mean, in my experience, there's good doctors, but it's almost like people are people. And in this little town of healing, with all the hierarchies and everything, and everyone thinking they know like the best diet, the best way for a person to heal, doesn't matter who it is, the same meds for the same thing, it doesn't matter what the patient is, or that they're different, or they're a man or a woman, it's all the same, the protocol, and I could say on and on and on. And there's so many, there's anger, there's happiness, like there's joy to be breaking free and getting well, and then there's anger because something happened to the person and now they're very angry. How could that happen to me? Or the family, how could this happen to our son or daughter or my husband, or any of these things? And there's just the energy in this little town. I'm doing air quotes with my book and my hand with a pen. The energy is like, it's intense. It's very intense. And what I find so beautiful is the study of the human spirit within all of that. And I find that when we recognize who and what we really are, we really can, and I've done this so mucho throughout this time, and this is one of the reasons why I feel like I really am excelling. I said that maybe I'm not living fully, yet I am taking every opportunity that I can to just experience it and to watch it like from above, to observe it and observe my reactions to it, and to take the tools and use them, and to always use self-talk. Like the self-talk lifts me before I go to the hospital, after I come to the hospital. It's almost like shaking off the dust, as Jesus said, he shook off the dust of his feet, or I don't know how that goes, but it's almost like just shaking off the dust of the last town you were in, and then like bucking up and moving forward with your life. And so I'm just I really believe that it's these emotions, these experiences, and everything. It's time to focus on what you want rather than what you don't want. And I've been really trying to help my husband to get well. And you cannot care more for a person than they care for themselves. And while while I don't know whether it's the hospital psychosis that they call it, plus he has sundowners, which is, they don't know when evening to day, and it's true, like literally he's up all night and kind of chaotic, and then he's sleeping during the day, and he has these moments of quite a long time during the day of when he can help us, with business things, and to keep the business going, and just different little things. It kind of just depends on the day. But sometimes it seems like he keeps sabotaging himself, like this self-sabotage of, and he's such a great, for me, like I'm so grateful for him, because I feel like he's saying, watch me and watch the contrast and do the opposite. I told Lynette that today. Like, it's like, I just need to thank him. He's a wonderful teacher. His role, he's playing it so magnificently that I almost think it's real. And I almost think it's real, like in the 3D world, when we're not of this world. And so we are all playing roles, and we have, I believe, that we come in with a soul family, and each of us says, okay, I'm going to play this role this time, this lifetime, and I'm going to do this, and you're going to do that, and all this, and he's playing this role so well that it's like I have to kind of shake my head and say, you're really good. You're so good that now I got it, and it's time for me to move into the goal, my goals from before, and really start making those goals happen. So September 20th, I keep a clear picture of my goals in front of me at all times, and today especially. I see each of my goals. I believe in my ability to reach them. I take every action step I need to take, and I make sure I achieve them. Oops. And I turn that around, because that one was for me and you and our higher selves. And now from the higher self to our lower selves, right? You keep a clear picture of your goals in front of you at all times, and today especially. You see each of your goals. You believe in your ability to reach them. You take every action step you need to take, and you make sure you achieve them. And that is how you do it. That is how you do it. If you'd like to work with me, email me, Lenny@lennymotivates.com with the word winner anywhere in subject line or wherever, and let's get started. Let me show you how to excel in times of change, small or big change. Let me show you how to achieve your goals through this spiritual practice I call active goal setting. It's active goal setting that Dr. Shad Helmstetter created. It's a wonderful way to do it. But it's the spiritual practice of moving from the invisible to the material world, the visible, as to what you want in your life. Let me show you how you can not only excel in times of change, but you can find success in every single area of your life with some key concepts. And let me show you how you move yourself forward no matter what is happening, and that you start taking responsibility for your happiness and for your life, or if you're already doing that, how I help you to excel, how I can help you, because you have all the answers, you have everything you need within you, and it's just a matter of finding the right person that can help awaken that and move you forward and give you the right tools, show you exactly how to do that, and set the right goals. Find the right goals for you. It takes just as long to reach the wrong goal, or longer, because it doesn't feel right, than it does to reach the right goal. And so let's get you on your path. If you'd like to work with me, Lenny@lennymotivates.com with the word winner. I love you so very, very much. You can do this. You can find your purpose. You can do absolutely anything. You can change, create, have, whatever it is in this material world that you want, you can create that, because it's the particle in the wave, and there's very little particle and a crap load of wave. You get to move that wave. You are the director. You are the absolute director. So I love you so very, very much. I believe in you. You can do this. As always, shining my light to brighten yours. We'll chat tomorrow. See you later, and thanks for listening to me.